Hi guys! Welcome! And it is another one of these. What will I color next? Not sure where that deep sigh came from, but it's there. I always, at least recently, I have been doing these polls after I finish my last piece, deciding on what I should color next. I put out 4 options and then I put it to vote with you guys because I want to do something that you guys are interested in. This time around, I did a piece from Nouveau Nakeys, from Succulent Dragons, from Sakuam's Natural Enchantment, and then from Pop Manga Dragons and Other Magically Mystical Creatures. I was trying to move a little bit away from Kirby and all of the mythographic line of stuff because I've been doing a lot of those. I have a lot of those coloring books, so it makes sense why I've been doing a lot of those. But I wanted to switch it up into something different. So the first one I did was this gorgeous, gorgeous illustration. Honestly, I love most of the illustrations in this coloring book, and at some point, I really, really want to color something in this. And I might go rogue on you guys sometime and just color something in this. Just choose for myself. But from that comment alone, you can tell this wasn't the winner. This was actually the least favorite of the options, which makes me a little sad because I think we could do some fun things in this. But I'm okay. I will find time to color in this one. Next, we have the one in Succulent Dragons. And I've had this one in the vote so many different times. There's something about this coloring book, the fact that there's 2 different color lines, and it gives this really an interesting sense of depth. I've done a couple of the little dragons on the side, but I've never gotten brave enough to do a full dragon picture. So I keep putting it in the vote, hoping that you guys would force me to do this picture. And a lot of you guys like this one as well. So this one is a contender. And then this is another one, guys, that I keep throwing in there. I like this picture. It reminds me a lot of Red Riding Hood. I think there's some fun things that can be done in this piece. I have seen the original piece that she has done, what this line work is based off of, and she does some really cool things with this picture. And part of me is like, well, maybe I'll try and emulate that if I ever get to this one. Or maybe I'll just kind of take some of that style and twist it into my own color palette. And that could be really fun. So this would be like a mixture of watercolors and markers and colored pencils. I think something in this Succulent Dragons, I think would be, there might be a little watercolor involved, but definitely a lot of colored pencil to create those layerings. And then there's Pop Manga. I love all of the Pop Manga series. I don't think I've done anything in this one yet, which is why I put this one in the vote. And that one is this adorable, I don't know, it's, what would you call that? It's a flying wolf of some kind. And there's some cool things that maybe can be done with this background, but because of how this coloring book is set up, this would probably be primarily colored pencils. I know in other Pop Manga books, I have done like an acrylic background, and maybe I would do that for this piece as well, and maybe give it maybe just a black with some hints of blue and maybe some hints of purples, give it some of that galaxy kind of feel, and then get that wolf colored in and that moon colored in and get those stars figured out. So maybe that That would be something I would do if this was the piece. I can tell you right now that it was not a close vote at all. This one was this one is the Red Riding Hood piece was just about the same in the voting rank as my beautiful Nakeys. So it came down to these two. Came down to either the Pegapup, which I like that name. That might have to stick. I might have to call it the Pegapup. And the Succulent Dragon. And I know I keep knocking the camera, sorry. I know that out of these two coloring books, Hot Manga is probably the most well-known out of these two. I don't know if a lot of people have heard of Succulent Dragons. This is a gorgeous coloring book. More people need to know about this, but the problem here is I don't think you can buy this coloring book anymore. This was a Kickstarter, I believe, and I don't think you can purchase it anywhere. So I can understand why the final winner is this one by a landslide. It was nearly 50% of the votes went towards this Pegapup. See if I can push it open. Yeah. So like I said, this will probably, I mean, I'm not 100% sold on the acrylic background. Maybe I'll do a pastel background. I haven't decided yet. But it is going to have to be, I'm going to have to be careful with this one because I don't want to ruin the picture on the back. And this is the winner. And I think I'm going to have to add some color to the background because that wolf is just screaming gray tones to me, and so is that moon, which doesn't leave a lot of color in this piece if I'm not careful. So I think I might have to do some kind of galaxy background. And if I do that, maybe I do a black acrylic background and I bring those Posca pencils back, at least for the background, because I think those Posca pencils will do very well on top of an acrylic background. So I might have to do that. I don't know what colored pencils I would use for the wolf. I think I want to use some of the more traditional colored pencils. Maybe I'll go back to my polys, or maybe I'll go even further back and maybe Crayola. I don't know. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and ideas of what I should bring back for this piece. You know, there is something to be said about possibly doing a blood moon, because we can make it a special time of year kind of thought behind what we could do for this. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to figure out my color palette. And we could do a blood moon, or we could do like a harvest moon and go a little bit more of the orangey colors. I forgot that you could do stuff. You could change the moon color kind of like that. You're so used to seeing that traditional like bright grayish kind of moon, but we could play with some colors. That's true. It would play into the cute and creepy that could happen with some of these pieces, because I do want to keep this wolf very, very cute, but we could give it a moodier background maybe. That opens up all kinds of possibilities. So if you guys want to join me in coloring this page as I go through it, this of course is in the Pop Manga Dragons. I believe I have a link in the description to my flip through if you want to check out this coloring book before you pick it up yourself. But if you have it and you want to color with me, that's fine. If you don't and you just want to, hang out with me and color something else, totally understand that too. I won't be doing a live stream next weekend. So it'll be probably 2 weeks before I start this piece, which will give me some time to figure out what I want to do color palette wise. And I'll throw some ideas and maybe put some inspiration photos up there that you guys can help me decide which direction should I go with this piece. That could be kind of be a fun collaboration idea. But I do have a different kind of video coming out for you next weekend, so I will still be here. I just won't be doing a live stream. I am excited about this piece. Somehow I'm going to figure out a way where I can get some of the other coloring books colored in. Maybe I'll lean away from some of the popular ones. But at the same time, you guys like seeing those colored. So I like bringing those in. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'm not going to start this at this point because like I said, I wanted to see what won, and then I want to decide what methods that I want to do for this piece. I'm starting as I talk to you, as I babble at you, as I figure out what my life is. Oh, story of my days. I am leaning more towards those acrylic quick paint background with the Posca on top, so I can really get those stars to pop, and I can get some of those galactic kind of colors. Because I have tried doing pastels over top of acrylics, and I don't think I have the right pastels for that. But I think the Poscas will be perfect. But it's just figuring out what the color scheme is. If I want to go more Blood Moon, Harvest Moon kind of style, or if I just want to go full moon. Love to hear your guys' thoughts, but I'm going to let you guys go. I know this was a quick stream. These what am I going to color next videos usually are. But I do hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I do hope to see you back when we start coloring this in 2 weeks, because this is going to be a fun one, and I think I'm going to enjoy it. So I hope to see you guys there, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.